Let's go.
So,
Alright. Chapter 5.
why is Soma a necessity in the Brave New World?
It's like their drug. For some reason, it's like not legal.
It's a legal drug that makes everybody
It's
like
not
calm down.
illegal.
It's not illegal. It's
Yeah.
a legal drug that makes
Okay.
everybody like.
Yeah, it'll
Mellow.
make you happy. It'll put you to sleep.
It kind of like makes you numb
It
to
like makes
your
you
feelings.
like stress free. Like if you're stressing out, they take it, you know.
It's like they're like problem solver. Like if you're stressed out, here you go. If you're
Yeah.
like mad, here you go.
And then like what's her name? Lena or
Lena?
Lena. She took so much that she fell asleep. So
Well, yeah, I mean like it's not like she was ever taught like you can't take enough of it.
Guess so. Okay. In what ways is Ford in Brave New World similar to Jesus Christ in our world? In what ways are the two different? So they look at both of them as though
They're both like
they're the
highly,
creator of
yeah,
the
like,
world.
but like I think with Ford in the book, it's kind of like he's not like the creator of like he's not a religious type of person. They don't like worship him as a religion.
Yeah, like they don't go to church.
He's just
every
like
day.
he's the start of all of this.
Yeah, they don't go to church every day for him and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they do think of him as though like he's the creator of everything.
I got that.
Okay. Your turn.
Lena and Henry go out. Where do they go, and what kind of evening do they spend together?
Do they go golfing?
Yeah, they
first?
go golfing.
At first, and then they go wrestling.
Yeah, and then
They watch wrestling.
yeah,
match.
and then they just consecutively like take Soma all the time.
And they travel through helicopter
It's weird how helicopters used in like this.
like a car.
Yeah, it's like
They
weird.
just take it everywhere. So yeah, they spend an evening of golf, and then later they go to a wrestling match. Okay, compare this evening out with a typical evening out in our society. So like we said,
it's kind of normal. Like
yeah, like you would plan some type of event or activity.
I mean, the activity is normal. Like in big cities, I know like there's mini golf.
Yeah, like people will go golfing like that. Yeah.
But I've never heard of anybody going on a date to go watch like a
Wrestling,
match.
dude.
Yeah.
WWE.
Well, I've never heard of that. I'm sorry.
It's the world wrestling of the world or something.
Sorry, I've never gone on a date and gone to a wrestling match.
World wrestling. Alright, that's besides the point. Are we to the next one, or do we answer that one?
Well, we did that one already.
Okay. How is the
Solidarity.
Solidarity service similar to and different from the nightclub scene? Well, there it seems like they're just in a big circle. To
Like
me, it
it's-
sounded like a meeting that ended.
When I read
certain
it,
way.
I thought it was a meeting.
World wrestling entertainment.
Entertainment. When they did it, I thought it was a meeting.
Yeah, I thought it was like a meeting.
I didn't think it was
like
like
a social service you had to go and you had to do, you know.
I thought it was like
So I don't
like
think
we
it's
have to
like
go
a.
here.
I don't think it's like a club in our society.
Well, I think you can count it as a club, but not like a.
I feel like the way
Yeah,
it like
I'm
relates though, is that they do drugs, I guess,
Oh, yeah,
and
like-
they have some music. I mean, it's not the same music that would be in a nightclub, but
But it's
some
it's
type
on the
of-
basis, but it's more like structured.
Yeah, it's like it seems like a meeting
Mhm.
almost.
In what ways is the solidarity service like modern church services?
Very different,
Well, I guess it depends on what kind of church you go to.
I guess. My religion is very different from that.
Same. Mine is like just loud and hectic all the time.
How is it like it though? Like,
Well, like there's people coming together to talk about like what they're believing in. Same
Yeah,
thing with the church.
I guess so.
So like it's the same thing. Like you're still talking about beliefs with other people that believe the same thing you do, but it's not a religious thing.
I guess so. Alright, why does Huxley, what is that, juxtapose these two scenes in this chapter? The two scenes of them going out and the I don't know, probably to,
Just to have some like people relate to something, like the readers relate to something in the book.
I guess so, yeah, like when they go out, that helps,
'Cause, like,
the readers.
Yeah, because like so
connect
far,
with it,
like
yeah.
they're in the future and we don't have any of that. So having like a connection, like going on a date, kind of makes the reader be like, oh hey, I can
we
relate to that.
Yeah, we can relate to that, okay. I don't know about the service, though. Maybe that you have obligations to do? Because you said
Well,
how
I
like,
mean,
he had to do
maybe
it every
it's like
month, I
related to
guess.
like work because like in work you have to go down and
Do stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
people work.
All right. Chapter. What is this?
4.
Chapter 4. Wait. We don't. We do. That's 5. That's also 5.
Oh, 5 again.
I guess so.
Right.
No, that's the same set of
Let me
questions.
do that one.
Okay. I don't know what that's supposed to be.
6.
Okay. Chapter 6. All right.
How does Bernard's attitude toward dating and casual sex differ from that of society?
For some reason, like everyone else is so open to it, and it's just a normal thing.
He doesn't
Like,
really.
he's-
He's just like
Yeah,
he's
he's like he
opposed.
doesn't believe in it.
I guess like
Like he wanted to be better. He said, right?
yeah,
Is
that
what
he
said?
wanted to be more adult. Like
And they don't understand what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
For some reason, he's different, and they
he's,
think
he's
it's
like
because
more, I guess more mature, if you could say like that. He
Yeah.
wants to be more mature
They say though there's like he had defects in his
in his genes.
his conditioning.
Yeah.
They had done something wrong.
That's going to get back.
Alright, why is the director upset after he tells Bernard about his own visit to the reservation when he was a young man? See, that's the part I put on my reading log that I didn't understand and wanted to know.
Well,
Because he like tells him his experience and then he gets mad at him and like.
well, I
you know
think
what
it's
I mean?
because like he like do you ever like say something and you don't mean to say, like you think you're talking to yourself but you accidentally say it out loud?
So he was trying to cover up the fact of like he let out this secret.
No, he let out like an emotion.
And then he's trying to cover it up like
Because
by
he's supposed to be
getting
this
mad at
alpha
him?
that's like stern and like strong, and then he let like an emotion slip out to
Well-
somebody that's not even close to him.
Well, why did he get mad at him and try to
Because
exile him?
he's trying to cover up that he said something, so he's like, oh shoot, I said something that I don't like, so I'm gonna deflect it and blame you and bring out your bad stuff.
I guess. I mean, still, I'm not too sure about that.
7.
Chapter 7.
You go.
Compare and contrast the religious rituals on the reservation with the solidarity service in Chapter 5. They're
There's, like,
different. They're
It's
very
really
different.
loud, like drums,
Because,
and they like sacrifice somebody. Like,
well,
they-
yeah, in the service they had like musical hymns, or what do they call
Yeah.
them? Hymns, and then like in the reservation they were playing drums and dancing and stuff.
So I thought of it like as like, have you ever gone to Dulce and been to like the
Yeah, the
powwow?
powwows.
That's what I thought of. 'Cause there it's like structured, still the same. Like everybody sits down and is quiet when the dancers dance,
Yeah.
but it's just louder and like there's more to look at.
It makes sense. And another thing too is like the people in the reservation, they frowned upon the activities of the people from the New World, because like they had said, John the Savage's mom,
Mm-hmm.
that she was always like outcasted because she would always have multiple sexual partners.
I think it's because like she was from the world state and coming onto
So
the
she
reservation,
understood, yeah.
she didn't understand that their normal wasn't her normal.
What is, how you say it, Liana? What is Liana's? Huh? Lena's? What is Lena's response to the reservation? She was disgusted by it.
No, she was disgusted by Linda. She was
No.
terrified because they
She was
sacrificed the boy.
disgusted by, yeah.
But not
she was
disgusted, she
by
was
it.
terrified.
She was disgusted.
She was not. She was
I'm
terrified
telling
of the
you.
boys, but she was disgusted because
I'm almost
Linda.
positive it says, no, that's not the right book.
That's not the right one.
I'm positive it says disgusted.
No, it says she was terrified because they
Seven?
sacrificed him, but she was
No.
disgusted at
Either
the way
way.
Linda looked.
Either way, she was uncomfortable from it, and then she took a bunch of Soma and passed out.
Why do you think Huxley chose a Native American reservation as the example of a more primitive civilization?
Because they have like more,
They're more to their roots.
yeah,
and
they're
then
more to like,
nothing's-
they want to stay with their
like
traditions.
even now, like in the real world, present day,
They
Native
still
Americans
hold on to their stuff.
haven't changed really.
They're the type that like to like give back to the earth, and like they believe in all kinds of like
Like they still keep their old
spiritual stuff.
ways. It's just like it's like instead of the old ways conforming to the new generation, it's the new generation conforming to the old ways.
Let me see if I have a copy of it because
Next.
we did it on the whiteboard too.
I feel like
Is that it?
I can be because I was 7, right?
I can't read Roman numerals.
There was only 3.
You too. Come with me
There
before
was-
I forget.
There was only 3 questions on that.
Did we answer that one?
Which one? This one?
Yeah,
What?
we did.
I don't know where it's from, because it's just a
Is
number
right
2.
here, except after he tells Bernard about his own. But yeah, that's
Oh
one.
yeah, we answered that one.
And then why does Huxley go down?
We did this
We
one.
did
This
those
one was
ones.
5. That is also 5.
I think she
I think you may be on the wrong one.
5 through 7, right?
Well, no, 5 through 7, and then we did 8 and 9.
Oh, okay.
It's 5 through 9, what we're supposed to read. Alright, Teaching Brave New World Study Questions. Chapter, I believe this is 8.
Hang on, let me look.
Well, I think that's 9. Yeah, this is 8 and 9. Okay. Alright. What words would you choose to characterize John?
He's very like,
He's doing the best with what he's got.
yeah, but he's like compared to the other characters, he's very like more like free, I guess. Like he's more emotional.
Yeah, because like, because he read the
Shakespeare.
the Shakespeare, yeah, and other people they don't have literature like that. But like but like it said in the book, his mom taught him everything.
Yeah.
Because like, and
Well, his
he
mom
had to
taught
adapt
him everything
to.
she could.
And then he read the Shakespeare because the Pope gave the mom
Yeah.
the Shakespeare. But then he's had to adapt to all the rituals and like the life of
I
the
feel like because his
reservation.
mom taught him everything from world state, and
yeah,
then
and
when
he's,
he
like-
lived in the reservation, he kind of had to learn.
And he's
that
like
too.
forbidden to participate, but
like
yet
because
he's
he wanted to
taking
be the
in everything.
sacrifice.
Yeah, but he's still taking in
Okay,
everything.
Christopher, let me find my purple
What
folder.
words would you choose to characterize Linda?
I really, there's not much.
I
said
feel like
about
she's
her.
very regretful, like because
Oh,
she
here it is.
like left and like she regretted having John because she couldn't take him back, so she just had to stay there. Like she has
Yeah.
a lot of like regrets on her shoulders that she hasn't gotten off her chest yet.
So
Yeah, I
here's
guess
what we did together as a group when you were
Why can't Linda adjust to the
ISS,
society of the
whatever.
reservation?
wherever you were.
Because they like
'Cause they
frown
program-
upon
yeah.
her stuff.
They
Yeah,
programmed her to be
to
different,
be like the people
and
from
like
the
she's
New
never
World, Brave New World.
like been
Um,
exposed to anything
Yeah,
else.
so she's conditioned like the rest,
This and
but when
this.
she's in the reservation, the way she behaves is frowned
And
upon.
when you're
Because
done,
it's
with
just
the rest of the
it's
people.
so different.
Yeah.
give you the other
What
one,
book
okay?
was very important to teaching John to read the Shakespeare
Why do I
book
have a
that
bag
the
of
Pope
water
gave
on
him?
my counter?
Linda wanted to teach John the ways of her upbringing in Brave New World, but could not. Why not?
Well, she could teach him all she could. Plus
Well, I
she's
feel like she couldn't teach him everything because of where they lived.
yeah,
Like she couldn't be like, "This, you're an
like it was
alpha or
harder.
you're a
It's hard
beta."
enough to yeah, it's harder to explain everything without being there.
Yeah, because he's
Because it's like telling somebody
well,
all
'cause
this
she had
stuff,
him natural,
but they
like
just have to
naturally.
trust you.
See, I'm
Remember,
getting there.
he wasn't genetically engineered. She had him.
Well, yeah, because she didn't take her contraceptives.
Yeah, no, something went wrong with her
Contraceptives.
contraceptives. So it's not like she could be like, "Okay, you're an alpha, so here's what you have to be."
She can train him herself or condition him.
Yeah.
Okay, why is Bernard bringing Linda and John back to the Brave New World? He says it's for a scientific purpose, but,
But
he
it's
wants
actually to
to
get
embarrass
revenge on
the director,
Tomakin. His name is
director,
Thomas.
yeah, the dad. He wants to embarrass him.
What does John think love is? I guess like I don't know. I guess like he would think that it's between two people
Yeah,
because he asked Bernard if he's married to Lena and he says no.
yeah, they were like, no,
And he's
it's
like,
not.
"What do you mean?" So I guess he thinks it's more like intimate than rather
Yeah,
what they
than
think.
what they think it is. Okay, John's quotation comes from Shakespeare, The Tempest. What is this? Act 5,
Act
Scene
5,
1.
Scene 1.
Lines 182 through 184, where Miranda, a young woman who has led a sheltered life, says upon meeting the newcomers to the island.
Oh, wonder how many godly creatures are there here. How bounteous mankind is, oh brave new world, that has such people in it.
What is he feeling when he says, "Oh, brave new world that has such people in it" on page 1,400? Or no, that's 141.
I think he's saying, like, there's such a diverse realm of people, and like it's so bountiful what we could give out into the world.
Yeah, it's like expressing like the different, like how they're all.
Like he's excited
Different.
that there's a bountiful of mankind. Like there's not just a single cookie cutter person.
Yeah. They're all mostly the same, but they're different at the same time. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
there's so many of identical
I mean,
people,
you could-
but they're different.
But they're different.
And they have
in,
different jobs.
Yeah.
You read that one.
In what ways does John see himself as the Miranda of the New World? Because he's different.
Because he's different than everyone else. Yeah.
Wise.
Right. How does John's reaction to Brave New World compare to Linda's reaction to the Savage Reservation? Kind of similar
Yeah, and
because they're not.
It's different.
They're not comfortable.
they're not
they're-
comfortable.
They're
But
both used to two different things.
they're not comfortable. But I feel like John's reaction is more like surprise because she was there because like she got injured and she had to stay there.
Yeah,
He has an option to go back or not.
that's true.
So
But like
he-
they both knew like John. All he knows is the reservation, and before Linda went
Well,
to the reservation,
you
all
can
she
also
knew was
kind of
Brave World.
Contradict that because she taught him things from.
No,
of
but
her
I'm saying like the actual place itself.
Oh, okay. I got what you're saying now.
That's it.
And that's it.